Okay. We've waited long enough. Come on in. Welcome in. Welcome in. What's happening? Welcome. Sorry for the wait. You are now tuned in to Starter Bench Live, the number one Chelsea themed interactive live stream on the internet. It is your boy, Matt Marshall. I'm here live with my true blue, Alexis White. What's happening, Alexis?
My government name.
Oh, I'm
You guys
sorry.
better not go searching for me.
Don't go
Uh,
searching for it. You don't know what you'll find. You'll find a baller. That's what I'll tell you.
hey guys.
What's going on? We are live on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. A lot of stuff in the works. We have the Premier League season starting very soon, pulling up on us in no time, and there's still a lot to be done in the transfer window. We're going to be talking about all of that today.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, title of this episode is that Chelsea has spent upwards of $450 million in the transfer market. We're going to talk all about that. Alexis, you want to give us like a little bit of an idea of some of the other topics we're going to go through today?
Of course. One thing about Chelsea, we like spending money.
We are some spenders.
We are some big spenders.
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about do we feel like we're complete? Do we think we have all the right positions? Which area of the field's going to need kind of the most chemistry and cohesion? And also new prospects. Is there anyone else we might get? Maybe
Anybody
not
else out
get?
there? Is there any
Anybody who
more
might
money to spend?
leave? I know.
Well, shoot, while we in there, let's get into it. Obviously, big spenders this year. We've got a whole new roster. I got a depth chart I'm going to show us at the a little bit later in this, but Miles Lewis-Skelly is one of the most recent in the prospective transfers. It feels like that's died down though a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, I was on Instagram earlier today and it looks like it's died down because he had a scrimmage. I'm not following Arsenal's friendlies and stuff,
Yeah.
but he pointed to the badge. And one thing you got to know, when these players point to the badge, I think they're serious. I guess we'll see.
If I had
But
$1 for how many times Enzo Fernandez has pointed to the badge,
I
but I
know.
digress. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, who knows
Yeah,
what that means?
so that has died down. And if I'm being honest, I think he's great, but again, it's like are we stacking the wrong positions on the field at that point? I think he's
100%.
great, but like we have left back options. Speaking of which, we also just brought on actually before we even talk about who we brought on, let's briefly recap our friendly
Yeah. Yeah.
against JDT. That's
Okay.
what we're going to call them because they've got a long name that I'm
Uh,
going to mispronounce. But that score it was 3-3. Delap actually got some goals, but if I'm gonna be honest, that's still not convincing enough for me to keep him. Again, I'd probably rather take Jackson, Welbeck, and Zhao because he scored two pens, but he also missed a lot of big opportunities and chances. And
definitely.
I don't want to take that risk by bringing him on as someone who can't finish in friendlies.
Facts. And first of all, I grabbed my face because I'm really excited to hear you a little bit more in on the Nico Jackson train. Like you might be ready to have our boy back. I'm pretty happy about that.
I'm ready for him. Like if we're choosing our top three, he would be in the three over Delap. There's no knock that like Jackson had an impact.
Mm-hmm.
But there is also no knock that Zhao had the same impact and more. So it's
Mm,
like if I'm comparing our recent strikers, uh, Zhao has had the most impact, but that doesn't mean that Jackson didn't. And yeah, I just don't know if it's like is your time kind of up? You left on a weird but now we have a new manager. And then the last thing I kind of wanted to say about that game because the friendlies we're trying not to read too into them, but it does look like we're gonna play with the three. My only thing is we need to have a solid defense if we plan to play that high up the field because I mean Tosin's chopped at
yo,
that point.
yo. We already know Tosin is not the one. Don't know how
Right.
he's gonna fit in, but we need some like especially that 3-4-3 formation, which we'll talk about a little bit as well. Like
Hmm.
we are high pressing. We are trying to push the ball. We're trying to. It looks like it's that that Pep Guardiola type ball, like where you get the ball back within 5 seconds
Right.
of losing it, all of that, and I'm fine with that. But one ball over the top, and who do we have chasing down that ball, right? Like that's
Exactly.
option.
So that was kind of my takeaways from that is like, okay, we're definitely going with wingback system, which now we can transition back because we brought on Pep Charvaria. He's
Mm-hmm.
from La Liga, from Rayo Vallecano.
Rayo Vallecano. We talked about him a little bit again. Welcome to
Yes.
the team, Pep.
And then yeah, here's some comparison because obviously it's crazy that I forgot we lost Cucurella. Like I don't know. I
Good
just for
riddance, bruh. Good riddance. Eat your paella in Madrid, bro. Whatever.
such a core player. But if we're looking at the two of them together, if we're thinking of, so this is comparing the 2025 to 2026 season, chances created, Kukurea had about 1.3, he had about 1 crosses attempted. Kukurea was at like 1.5. This guy Pep's about at 3.3. Tackles made is about dead even. Take ons completed, Kukurea was like 0.1. He's at like 0.7. And then you've got duels won, they're about even. Ground duels won, about even. And then when we look at ball recoveries, he's actually at an advantage by like a whole like percentage. So I think I rate Kukurea so highly, but I think this is a somewhat level exchange.
It is. It is. It's a fair trade to me. I agree with you. I'm a little. I my thing about Pep is I'm hearing so many things about him. I'm reading the stats just like you, Alexis, with the stats. By the way, people like that is top. But I just don't know enough to even know if he's starting to know.
Mhm.
But I do know that we needed some help in that position. That's also why I'm a little confused about this Miles Lewis Skelly thing. Like we just brought on a left back.
Right.
I saw Delap in here and somebody else in the comments say that my MLS is not even a left back. He's a midfielder. I don't even know where he plays, to be honest. So that
He's one of those players. He's just like Nico O'Reilly in the sense of like you play them wherever because they want minutes on the field.
you're
So
right,
Miles
right,
Lewis Skelly will play wherever Arteta needs him to get the minutes on the field. Similarly with Nico O'Reilly, like they're similar in that way where I don't know their true positions, but they are impactful. But you're right about Pep in the sense of like Palestra, we like what we see, but you never know when you're coming from an Italian league.
for
Same
sure, for
thing.
sure.
It's like Pep, okay, you're coming from La Liga, and it's not like you're in a highly ranked team, so it's like, uh,
And
it's
we haven't
different.
gotten to see you in preseason. At least we got to see Palestra in multiple games in
Uh huh.
preseason to see on both sides of the flanks like how he can perform, and it's getting Chelsea fans excited. Again, I think Chelsea fans are hopeful. I'm hopeful. This Pep Chavaria is gonna do his thing, but we also have some options. Obviously, we have Hato. We have some of our like actual wingers, like our
Hmm.
more attacking wingers and that's what I'm going to be interested in. Like, will we see like a Mykhailo Mudryk actually feature in a League Cup game on the wing in that way or something like that? You know what I mean? That's going to be interesting. But
And then
450 million, like
yes,
let's
yes.
go back to that just for a second because it's a lot of money. I mean, Morgan Rogers already 138 million, Lacroix 60 million, Palestra was almost 60, Kenda 50 million, Valentin Barco, who we haven't seen, who also is kind of a wing back, I assume. He's like a midfield. Well, he's like an
He's
MLS. He's a
he's a
midfielder.
midfielder.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's straight midfielder. I thought he also plays on the wing, but we'll
Uh,
see.
yeah, he might you might be able to use him in that way. I like that. I saw Delap had commented Delap Vader. He
Mm,
commented like the difference is, this money is actually being spent on good proven prem players. And I would agree this looks a lot different than spending 60 million on Gittins and
facts.
Neto,
Facts. Yeah, I will say that. You're right. It is slightly different. Now it's not like head over heels different because 138 for a Morgan Rogers is still kind of crazy to me. That's like,
I think it's crazy, but
yeah,
I think
he
of
will
course
actually benefit us, right? Like
I
he'll
think
he'll
it's crazy. I think he'll benefit us, but I think that's the freaking market right now, and I'm tired of it. I just wish
yeah,
these numbers used to mean something
yeah.
because at the end of the day, which when we talk about Enzo, supposedly City have until Friday
I love that.
to
I
send him an
love that, by
offer.
the way. And that's the thing. Let's go ahead and
Yes,
push on to that. Obviously, we're big spenders. You know, people are going to continue laughing about billion-pound bottle jobs. We've spent the most out of any Prem team this summer in the transfer window. But again, as Chelsea fans and lovers of the game, lovers of the Blues, we think that we've made a lot of the right choices. And not only are we big spenders, but we are big sellers as well. And we've gotten a lot of money off of our books. I'm just going to throw up some of these highlights by way of Andre Santos for 56 million to Man United. That's a huge
it is.
profit that we made. I think we got
It
him for
is.
like 20 million, 15 million, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Cucurella for 55. I think that was undervalued, but whatever. Good riddance. Trevor Chalobah for 30. That's, you know, I hate to see you go. You're proper Chels, but brother, that's a great little bit of business. Tacomo. Tyreek George, who was balling at Everton, by the way. I
Yeah.
wish we had put a clause like don't play Chelsea for the next 5 years. But whatever, got rid of him for 21 million. So we're making moves also on the selling side. So we're balancing out the books. And then there's this Enzo Fernandez thing that looms. Enzo Fernandez to City. It's been back and forth to Madrid to City. Nobody thinks it will happen. We haven't heard anything, but now we have some real news about Man City looking to set a bid for 120 million, which is around the price we bought him for.
Yeah.
So no profit, but just get him off the books. You know, thanks for
And,
your
and my
service.
and my thing is, this is why I have trouble with the market, because you're not telling me that Enzo and Rogers are at the same caliber. There's no way. And yet they're getting the same price tag. This is
Yeah.
why it's just like we've
I mean, even Rogers is a higher price tag, and again,
exactly.
he showed he had like one of the best seasons he's ever had in the Prem last season. He scored. He hopped on the World Cup team, even though Enzo made it to his second World Cup final.
And not enough consistency. Like Enzo is just like a quality player.
For sure.
I feel like I hate when we kind of grab players in their like breakout season,
Yeah.
because you just don't know.
Yeah. Could
That'd
end
be
up as
like
a Liam
someone right
Delap.
now. That'd be like someone right now buying Zhao for like 100 million. Like, okay, relax. He had one good season. He's quality, but like you need these players to like grow into this, you know?
1,000%. Honestly, if João had made the Brazilian national team, I think we could have sold him for 160. Easy. You know, he was top 5 and on the scoring charts
160?
last season. He's looking like he's in form. I don't want to sell him. Obviously, I want him to continue in that form. But I mean, you're right. The market is just absolutely nuts. And yeah, I would love to just, you know, if Enzo just doesn't fit, which also I'm watching Chelsea and I'm trying to figure out where Enzo fits. At first, I was kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
most of Enzo's tenure, I was like, he doesn't fit. He's not a second in a double pivot. He's just not that kind of player. He's not a 6. He's more of an 8. He's a deep running 8.
And
He's a
I loved
playmaking
him
8.
as the 10 when he had to take over that role for Palmer. I thought
Right.
he was our attacking option when Palmer was injured. So that's why this is just so tricky,
Yeah.
because yeah, where does he go? Because now that Palmer's healthy, of course they're going to put him at the 10. I also, you know what crossed my mind? I was also thinking at some point Esteban wants to play the 10 as well.
Facts. And
You know?
we will get to that because I think that's really interesting. And I do want to show you kind of the depth chart we have in a new formation. But the last point I'll make on Enzo specifically and this whole debacle with City. Obviously, you know my feelings about Enzo, and I'm fine. I think a lot of Chelsea fans are fine to let him go, even though, to your point, it is a little crazy. I mean, he is probably one of the top players at his age on the market, you know.
You could put him this year on FIFA's top 11.
Yeah. Ooh, World 11. Ooh.
If Palmer can make it, what, last year or whatever season, Enzo for sure can make it this season.
I don't know if I'll go that far, but I'm with you. I'm with you that he's like maybe on the FIFA Pro World 11 second team, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Or the World Cup. I don't know. But yeah, obviously he's a great player. One thing I do like, though, is that Chelsea put their foot down and they were like, look, bro, here's the price. Here is the date. We're not about to back and forth this into September. You know, we've got our new coach. We're trying to go forward with our movements. So, you know, I don't know if Xabi Alonso had his hand in that, but it's like, bro, we need to know if we're adding Enzo into these tactics or not. Because Enzo,
And yeah, and
yeah,
the thing is, if he needs to go, as much as I would hate it, we'll be okay, in the sense of like we've got a lot of good players that, again, we're trying to figure out where he's going to fit. That if he does need to go, we'll be okay. I would
Yeah,
hate
we're
that,
fine. We're fine in the
but we'll
midfield.
be okay.
We're fine. We will be okay. That brings up the question, and that's a perfect segue into who do we need? Who else do we need? Are we solid in all positions? Like what else were you thinking of us getting as far as transfers this summer?
I felt really confident that we would actually go for a goalie. I just think it's so strange now that we have Chabi and we can see his style, especially if he's going to go with the 3.
Yeah,
Have we not already seen how unreliable Sanchez is with his feet? I don't think that's going to change, and it would be stupid for us to think it would change.
yeah.
I would love a good backup because it looks like Jorgensen isn't even here, which okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Jorgensen already gone back to Strasbourg. We put him on loan. He's doing his
Right.
thing. So Mike Pinder seems to be next in the pecking order, which, okay, keeper,
But
but
we've heard pundits, commentators, everyone talk about the biggest hole. Like, if we want to challenge for titles, that we need a world class goalie. Like, that's just point blank. So, my thing is, it looks like we have done a lot of the work. We spent a lot of good money,
good
but
money.
I would have loved to maybe even snag like a Dean Henderson from Palace type of thing, something like that, just to have the extra security. It
Yeah.
was almost like when Riot and Ramsdale were both at Arsenal, and it was almost like that was at more of his prime, so he had to like compete for that
Yeah, it was
spot.
like survival of the fittest, right? And
So
obviously, yeah.
yeah, I would love for there to be competition in every season,
Yeah.
or in every position. And that's the one position that I feel like Sanchez is kind of being given like too easily without actually having to prove,
Yeah,
you know.
and Mike Penders is a quality keeper. Maybe Xabi Alonso has seen something in these two that he's like, this is fine. I just need a shot stopper. Also, I will say Sanchez not the best with his feet, but he can play a ball out to the wings. And since we are playing in this new formation, I know that like if Reece James plays back there, maybe you can give it to his feet. But I actually in this preseason and within this new formation haven't seen a lot of this weird slow pass it to straight to the center back and then try to like form
Okay.
this line of
Yeah.
3. We already have the line of 3 with our center backs, right?
Hmm.
So it's almost like we've passed off that requirement for the keeper to join the center backs and make a line of 3 and now try to play with his feet. Now it seems like he can just hit it wide, and now it can go back around our 3 center backs, and we can move it. We will see, but as long as Bob Sanchez is stopping shots, I think that's all we care about. I want to shout out B Frager on Instagram over here. We are live as well on Instagram, you guys. Let's look at this because I think this is really interesting. I put some work into this, and I want you guys to take a look. This is so far what our depth chart looks like. I still have Enzo Fernandez in there for now, and I have him in the double pivot. But I'm also seeing that technically in this 3-4-3 formation, we have 2 10s. So like there is a world where if Enzo stays, he could take up this Cole Palmer, Esteval, Morgan Rogers kind of area and play kind of in between the lines, just behind in the striker, which could work out. We're very well stacked at center back, even though maybe stacked ain't the word.
Is that the definition of very well
Maybe-
stacked?
I will say, when I look at this lineup, I do feel like, all right, we've got a good balance. Obviously, we can only take 26 men, so there's some of these strikers we got to get rid of. And obviously, Benoit Badiashile has links to Napoli, so there's some players who are on their way out. Axel Dizazi, I just have him in there because he's technically on the books, but he's probably not in the plans at all. But when you just start with the back 3, when you look at this back 3 of Reece James, Maxime Lacroix, Levi Colwill, with Wesley Fofana on the bench, Mamadou Sarr on the bench. Like, what do you think is our best? Like, those seem like our top 3 center backs. But for a back 3, do you think somebody else should be in there as a starter?
The thing is, if you're looking at these substitute options, your best two options, I'm fine with this. I'm fine with
Mm-hmm.
this. But your
Mm-hmm.
next best 2 options are going to be Fofana and Achimpong. I'm hoping we can see actually, because okay, now he's getting older. He's still very young, but I'm hoping now like he can really get a grasp. I know I always talk about Nico Riley, but Nico Riley is a younger player,
She
and
loves Nico
I
O'Reilly.
would I would love if Josh can kind of start becoming a little bit. So hopefully this is the season where he can start becoming.
No, I agree with you. I'm really curious to see even if Josh is going to be utilized by Xavi on that wing back position. Josh's best attribute, he'll never be a Nico O'Reilly. I'm just going to say right now, like Nico O'Reilly's quality, Nico O'Reilly is actually a midfielder, and he's actually like an attacking midfielder. He's got quality, he's got vision, he's good on the ball, he's strong. He's just very athletic, and I think that's why Pep is able to like put him in that wing back position. I said it before the World Cup. I was like, he is probably not the best option on that wing back defensively for England. And I feel like I was proven right. It ended up being Jed Spence who came through in the latter stages.
Imagine if we would have got him. Oh,
imagine. And I was big on Jed Spence too. A lot of people are still kind of like, meh. It's weird that he doesn't have a lot of options by way of teams to go to, but we'll see.
Well, I think he's going to be signing for Inter.
That's what I saw. Right. He's going to Italy. But that's what I mean. Like, shouldn't he stay in the Prem? Like, Liverpool, y'all couldn't use a Jed Spence on the left side?
Right,
like,
right.
Whatever.
Right.
But, I mean, I would have taken him too. But obviously not top of our list. Jorel Hato is another one who could be on that wing position or could be in that left center back position. So that's another one to look out. Again, his athleticism, his speed, that he could help keep us from getting those long balls over the top. You've seen his recovery. We've talked about it many times on this show. So again, there's a lot of possible movement, but I do like where it's going. Again, Pep Chavaria, we'll see where he fits in. Mykhailo Mudryk, I've just put on that side just because he seems like he fits there. And Malo Gusto is going to really have to be fighting for his position against Marco Pstra right now.
It's going to be hard for him to get in this squad.
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be hard.
Pedro Neto, that kind of leaves him on the outs too, and it makes me think more and more that there's a possibility he could make a quick last-minute move. But
unless his final third distribution improves, that's also going to be hard for him as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Distribution is so important, and Palestra's got not only kind of that calm on the ball as well as that distribution. We're thinking big things for him. And then this double pivot of Romeo Lavia, Moises Caicedo, and don't sleep on Dario Essigo. He showed...
I will sleep on him. His last game was so poor. I'm not a fan. He's honestly reminds me of Santos. He honestly reminds me of Santos. I was never a fan of Santos.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm not a fan.
Mark my words, Santos is going to be so pivotal for Man United in their season this year. We'll see. It was tough to let him go. But again, good business, so it's okay. Mark Guiu, David Datro Fofana. We just brought in Emmanuel Omega, so I don't see him not being in the squad. Liam Delap, like we have to get rid of like those four, right? Or at least three of those, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All of them off the books. Yeah. 100%. So I guess when you look at this squad, like is this the type of squad who can make you happy this season, make us happy this season, as we talk about them weekly, week in and week out?
Yes.
That pause was too long. I don't believe you, and I feel you. I get it. Like
it's just the defense. That's the only thing, because I know it's too early to be talking about the title. I know
for sure.
But
or is it?
But that's what we want.
That's what we want.
This is what we want, and okay, maybe we have to take baby steps. So maybe we need to be more top four minded, even though I don't even want to go there. My only thing is is our defense strong enough? Is really my question.
Yeah.
So that's really all it is, because that's really all it is. But other than that, this team for sure can get it done.
Yeah,
it's just the back and our goalie.
Yes, and this formation, like I have been very impressed. We kind of started with this like 4-2-3-1 kind of thing, the normal Chelsea, and then Xabi Alonso switched it up against Milan, and ever since Milan, I've just been like, oh, this is my club. Again, defensively, we haven't fully been there, but this is something to build on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. This is a big switch for Blueco. So this is really, really good.
This is really good. Mm-hmm. Well, people, as I continue to remind you, this is an interactive live stream, so I want to go ahead and throw up a QR code there if you want to scan, or follow the instructions right here below. Go to minty.com, use code 41137090, and come tap in. We are about to get into some quick survey questions as we move on. This is our last episode before the start of the season. Well, I guess our next episode will be the start of the season, right? That will be Friday, next Friday. I'm so excited. Come on in, come join the survey. Alexis, you want to show us how it's done? What do? We just grab
Yes, I
this
have it
QR
on my
code.
laptop though,
Oh,
because
she's laptopping it up. I'm going to be
yes,
cell phoning it up, guys. This is how
yeah,
you
you're
do it.
just gonna go to menti.com, guys.
Menti.com. Throw up the survey. Come tap in with us, and we'll go from there. Let's get it started. I got a couple good questions for us. I hope. I think. Oh, by the way, let me also remind you. Come on, guys. It's Starter Bench. We are live every week. We are the #1 interactive live stream on the internet that is Chelsea focused. Make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/@eatprayball. You can also find us on Instagram at StarterBenchCFC. And then our personals are right there, Alexis Janae and Eat Pray Ball. We are right here, baby. Are you guys ready? You ready for the survey, Alexis?
Yes, sir.
All right, I want to hear what you have to say. This one is back to our most exciting prospect of the year so far. It's
Hmm.
Mark Pstra. We've seen him feature on both the right and left flanks in this preseason. Judging by that depth chart we just put together, what side do you think you'll be on?
Okay, I put left because when I was making our
Mm,
little highlight reel and I was watching that game, I was like, "Ooh, he did really good on the left."
yeah,
I
he did.
haven't seen I need to rewatch his games to see which foot he is. I honestly couldn't tell, so that's
Yeah,
great.
I think he's a lefty.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
but you're right. He is both-footed. He does that like chop thing very well
yes,
at the
yes.
byline, and he can cut back to any foot. So yeah, definitely.
I think probably on the left.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that worked for him.
I think we're almost overloaded on the left, and I just can't think of who would be on the right, especially now that we've got Pep Chavaria, who we've brought in as a left wing back. So my
Oh,
thoughts are he might feature more on the right. Again, barring whatever position Reece James ends up filling. Reece James could very well end up being our right wing back as
yeah,
well.
so that's why when I was like kind of looking back, and I remember you had asked last show, like, where's Reece James gonna play? And
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, but Palestra on the right. And then when I was watching the last game, I was like, oh, wait, he's on the left. I'm like, oh, well, if he's a solid left option, again, we have to remember we're filling the shoes of Cucurella.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah, if he can whatever side we need him most.
Right. I guess that is true. So yeah, I am really interested to see. And regardless of it, I do want to see him on the pitch
Yep.
running these flanks, and I want him to be healthy the whole time. Moving on, it seems like most people are thinking he'll be on the left flank, which that does open up again more questions for me than answers. But we will see as we go. Also, before I go on to the next one, you see that little graphic of Marcos Alonso right behind him? You know what I mean?
I
He
was
does.
like, that is not. I was like, is that Palestra but older? I'm like,
Right,
what?
exactly. Is that an aged Palestra? Is that a
I know. I was
5'1"
like, did he
Palestra?
just age Palestra?
I do like. I've been seeing this kind of like comparison in this graphic. I saw the like Spider-Man, the Peter Parker, where he like puts on the glasses. He sees Palestra, he takes them off, and he's like, oh, that's up. Like so.
Yeah.
I think Marcus Alonso is a good comparison. I know you remember that era, circa 2017. Antonio Conte, Diego Costa, Cesc Fabregas, and Marcus Alonso scoring bangers off that left. So I'm hoping to see some of that from Palestra. Anyway, that's my hope. Let's move on to this. Who will feature more for Chelsea this season? This is right on the heels of Enzo possibly going to City if City can cough up that money. Mykhailo Mudryk, we don't know where. Is that you who said neither? Neither player will play for Chelsea this season. That's an interesting one. I'm curious about Mudryk. I think he might get a chance. Maybe again in the League Cup. I just don't think we can sell him. I think we have to do something. I don't think
I
we can
think
loan him.
we'll loan him. I think we'll loan him. I could easily see him being loaned to Strasbourg. Like that's going to be the easiest exchange. I could
100%.
I could see that
Go play
because
in France. Go get your wind back under you. You haven't played in 2 years, bro.
I
Yeah,
know.
facts.
And then as far as Enzo, the reason I didn't put him is because City's greedy. These teams are greedy. I've seen it. City has enough players, but they're
Yeah.
greedy.
I mean, the City one is a really interesting one. I think we've also put that ultimatum that you got to make your decision by Friday because City's still trying to figure out what's going on with Rodri. right? So I think they're interested in Enzo because Rodri might be leaving, but Barca's a
Yeah.
brokey. So
Yeah.
Rodri's not going to Barca, at least for now, until Barca can fork over some money. But maybe Real Madrid might want to put in another bid for Rodri. So I know there's like a whole
For
saga going on with
Rodri.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
For
yeah, yeah.
Rodri. I
Right. So
was
that
like,
no more. Madrid's not putting in a bid for Enzo. I don't
yeah, I was
think.
like, they made the official statement.
Yeah, nah, they made the official statement on Enzo. But Rodri, on the other hand, and a lot of people are saying, and I'm not a big, I'm not a big Rodri fan. As a matter of fact, Rodri feels like a fraud to me. But outside of that, I do think he could stabilize Madrid's midfield, and that's where they needed the most. Obviously, Jose's beefed up that defensive line, and they have a high octane attackers. So Rodri could be that glue. So I'd be interested to see how that motion works. But again, it's not going to be at our expense. Y'all either get Enzo on Friday or the sale is over. That's how we talking about it. Delap said, what is that? Delap said, do your homework. Palestra's right-footed. There it is. Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. We got my moderator in
Mind
here.
you, he's okay.
He's only what?
I was gonna say, like, he's only played a couple games yet.
Yeah, he's only played a couple games. We don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what right foot was he using in the EPL. We don't know. He was playing on the left in the Italian league as well. So we gonna see. Mohammed, what's happening? We just got a new baller in the chat. Mudrick consider EPL as a main option. Why Igbali not offer this fraud guy to Arsenal? Mudrick, again, you remember Arsenal were the number one, people trying to get Mudrick, and we stole them. We stole Mudrick from him, as we steal most players from Arsenal, because nobody really wants to go to Arsenal, even as champions. But I do think that could be a viable option. They need a left winger.
They're not. I'm telling you, the fact that Mudryk hasn't played in a lot, we should not be expecting any sort of high offers. He is not nearly proven enough either.
Facts. I agree with that. Mudryk has not proven enough in the EPL to even be thought of as anything, go to Strasbourg. Shit, go to the Italian league. Go get your reps up. Go run past people, and then up your valuation so we can sell you. Remember, we bought him for $100 million. Like we can't just let him go that easily. That's gonna be a tough one.
It was high. I think it was like, was it 100 or was it like 70? I don't know if it was 100.
It was a hundo. It was a hundo. Maybe I can look really quickly. I actually have the transfer market up. 2020. What did we buy him in? 2024. 2024, 2025. Let's see. This is live checking right now. Pedro Neto, Joao Felix. No, it wasn't that year. Let's do.
I think it was 2023.
23, 24. Man, we've bought so many players. Like the transfer list, Moises Caicedo was 2023. It might have been 22. There's no way.
Or it might have even been 21.
Oh my God. It was 20. It was 22, 23. Enzo Fernandez was our highest at 120 million. Wesley Fofana at 80. And to your point, Mykhailo Mudryk at 70 million euros. So 70 million. That might as well be.
The crazy thing is, Wesley Fofana is getting paid.
Yeah, Wesley Fofana has got that moolah.
Is getting paid.
Dilapator, who's our moderator, and also he is actually an Arsenal fan. He says, "We're so happy you took Mudryk." All right, let's move on. We don't expect to see Mudryk or Enzo playing this season, but time will tell. We still got a week, and we got 1 day until we find out whether Enzo's a part of our plans or not. So stay tuned for that. You must sell one, but the other has to start, Alexis. How does that work?
Choice.
She said easy choice. But you would start the lap? You would start the lap.
If it means Tosin is off the books, yes. Tosin has done diabolical damage to this squad.
You're right. Delap hasn't done damage. He's just done nothing.
Yes.
I mean, he's gotten some cards, so I think that's damaging. But I might have to agree with you on this. I might have to agree with you on Tosin. I would rather have Delap not doing anything up top, but our defense is okay because Tosin's not back there. Than
right.
This is so sad, man. Because Cole loves him. He must be a lovable guy, and I see Xabi Alonso talking to him like he's a real leader in the team. So we're gonna have to see. I'm really gonna be interested, and we might talk about this next week ahead of our first match. Who the captains end up being. I think the captains might shift a little bit with Xabi Alonso in charge. We don't know. Well, I'm just,
Well, I mean, Reece James is our captain.
He is our captain, but Enzo Fernandez is too. Where would that shift? Would that shift to Bob? Okay, we'll talk about that next week. We don't need to talk about that this week. We're still in preseason.
Bob Sanchez.
We're still in preseason.
Out of all the people.
You never know. You need a leader. You need a hero
If anything,
somewhere.
give it to Wells.
Give it to
Wells is back.
No, man, you gotta learn to be at a top squad first. Like it's been a long time since your Man United days, even your Arsenal days. So we can't give it straight to Welbeck. You need to prove something. All right, we're gonna move on. This seems like 100 out of 100%. You would sell Tosin over selling Delap if you have to start the other one. Here's one for you.
Oh.
Big Six strikers. May I remind you that none of these big six broke top 5 last year, aside from Haaland, who was number 1, and João Pedro, who was number 5.
Broke top 5, like, what do you mean?
In the Golden Boot race.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay, this is
rank.
easy.
I just want you to rank who you think will be. This is like the top Golden Boot race strikers of the season this season.
Okay. I mean, Haaland is just a robot. He's going to get the same amount of goals
is a robot,
every season.
But remind you, this is Maresca's team now. This ain't. And Maresca wasn't offense times a billion. Now, obviously, he didn't have the striker profile of Haaland, but I do think that it might be a little bit of a learning curve for Maresca's team. That's only my thoughts. Nobody else is thinking that.
But I put Haaland, then I put João, then I put Gyökeres, then I put Isak, then I put Šeško, right?
Šeško, you know.
And then I put Solanke. Solanke, he also got brought on for so much at Tottenham when it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Gyökeres.
Former Chelsea guy too.
Gyökeres. Isak, hopefully he's healthy. I mean, he needs to put some power to the 150 on your name.
Yeah. I will say that I saw some brilliance in Isak over the World Cup. Like, he's back. So that should be interesting. Areola has got some work to do for Liverpool, but I think, Isak is going to be the number one without any contestation because Hugo Ekitike is still healing. So my top 6 was João Pedro first, because I just think of all I've seen, that guy is in form. He's hungry. He's scoring goals. He's scoring goals in every preseason game. Sure, we've played some bums, but we've also played some other. It doesn't matter. He's scoring. Haaland will come next because I do think that City, or I hope, let me just say I hope that City struggles under Maresca. That's all I'm saying. I think City will definitely do really well in the big games like Maresca did for us. But then I don't think City's got the same profile under Maresca to just go.
I think Maresca is going to limit City. I think he's going to limit.
They're going to play slow ball, but they don't have the same profile of players.
Exactly. I also saw, which this is interesting, this is separate, but Jack Grealish is back from loan at City, which I feel like, no. Like, I think he probably just should have just stayed at Everton because he gets more freedom.
Everton looked good too.
I know. The moment you go to City, I just, like, those type of clubs, I feel like you're limited as a player.
Yeah, and you're competing with Doku and Semenyo. Like, where are you going to play, Jackie? Like, what's up? But we're going to see. I mean, interestingly enough, we haven't seen that he's gone back out on loan. I could totally see him going back to Everton, to a Villa. I don't know if
But he's training. He's training with City.
Yeah. We're going to see. That's an interesting one.
He did so good at Everton until he got hurt.
Yeah. And that's the thing. He is injury prone. Maybe he's just going to be a kind of a backup.
And he also is expensive. He's, I think now that we've had bigger offers and stuff, but honestly, I want to say a couple years ago, he was like one of the top 5 players in the Prem.
He was.
He got signed for like 100 something.
He was $100 million man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that will be interesting. I think Maresca's actually got a lot to contend with. And if Rodri leaves, like it's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie. They've already lost Bernardo Silva. It's gonna be interesting. So we'll see. And again, Haaland requires service. Like, let's not get it twisted. He's a great striker, prolific as all get out, but he requires a bit of service.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm thinking, obviously, Pep found him, De Bruyne found him. I'm thinking of that Alexander Sorloth thing in the World Cup where he could have scored a goal and put England to bed. but he needed the service to get that. And if Haaland's not getting that, maybe it might be a drought season. But you guys are still thinking Haaland #1, João Pedro #2. I just want folks to recognize that. And I'm talking about now outside the Premier League. When I think of top strikers around the world, I'm thinking Kylian Mbappe. I'm thinking Erling Haaland, and João Pedro is not far off. To be honest, I can't think of any other
We have
striker
to
who's
give
clear.
him another. We need to
You're
see him
right.
after another
Give him
season
another
because
season. I'm
this
a
is
little
his
too
first.
excited.
This is Holland's like third season scoring 20+ goals. This is João's first season, and obviously we love João. I love João.
Yeah.
I don't want to put that on him yet.
Right.
But
I agree.
yeah.
Don't put the pressure on him. Avenger in the building. Appreciate it. He says, sell Delap, Tosin, Guiu, Dizazi, all to Strasbourg. I mean, we own Strasbourg. Technically, I do think that is like a books management. I just don't know if Strasbourg has, well, I guess the money for loans. I don't know how that works. Wages, whatever. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. Dominic Solanke, you deserve to have a better year. I'm not sure it's going to happen with Spurs, Bretta. And Benjamin Šeško. We'll see what Man United end up being. Gyökeres is going to be an interesting one. I think he overperformed last year. So just remember I said that. All right. Remember I said that, chat.
After the year prior, scoring 60+ at Sporting.
Right. Yeah. After like destroying everybody, every team lower than 5 at Sporting. They did that math too. He like scored no goals against like top 5 ranked competition in Portugal. It was ridiculous. But anyway, he did his thing for Arsenal. Can't doubt that in his first year. He got this ship. Now, this might be a little premature, but I saw a figure online that had Premier Leagues using a supercomputer to predict the finish, and they had Chelsea at 5. They had Arsenal repeating. They had Man City coming in second. They had, I think it was Liverpool, or no, it was Man United next, then Liverpool, and then they had Chelsea sitting at 5. First of all, for 5 of the big 6 to finish top 5, it's not crazy out of whack, but it just hasn't happened. It just hasn't happened in a minute, So
yeah, it just hasn't happened. Something I am excited for the Prem in general is I really like these managers that are within it. I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Ariola's now at Liverpool, and I'm just excited for the different managers. So I think that in itself is going to change things.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Is that I wouldn't say that's too far off. I'm hoping we would get like 3rd. Again, I'm not trying to speak all of this when it hasn't even happened.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping United looked good last year. Me personally, I thought they looked really good. They've obviously qualified. Arsenal, they ended up winning, so they might do it again.
Arsenal's so weird because they haven't bought anybody in the transfer market. They haven't, and they've been a great team for as many years, but they've never won it, and now they finally won it. And I'm just wondering, like,
I can't see them winning it back to back.
I can't see them back to backing. Maybe they'll focus more in on the Champions League, but again, like they got some significant issues they got to figure out. They still need a left winger. They've lost Trossard.
Where'd he go?
He went to either Besiktas or he went to Turkey.
Okay.
So
I like Trossard. It was just always going to be hard for him to get the minutes.
Yeah, he was always the super sub who was too mighty to be on the bench. And then they ended up putting Martinelli on the bench, and Martinelli had probably his best year in the last 2 years, 3 years. So it's interesting. Dilapator says Bruno G, like that is a big upgrade. I don't think Bruno G is giving you that much more than not Marino, but who was your other
Declan Rice?
Well, yeah, and you're gonna have Declan Rice and Bruno G together. That'll be really nice and solid. But like, I don't know. I'm not seeing it, but we gonna see. We gonna see.
I mean, I really rate Bruno Guimaraes. I think he's so good.
Yeah.
Who else plays with Declan? What's his name?
It's the other Spanish, and all I can think of is Mikel Merino right now.
It's not Zubamendi, but someone else.
It's Zubamendi.
But no, there's someone else. There's someone else who plays next to him.
Miles Lewis Skelly.
No. Actually, no.
Help us out. Who else is playing next to these guys?
Who plays next to? He's black.
Miles Lewis Skelly. Who played next to Declan for Arsenal? Help us out, Bruno. Help us out, Delap.
Why can't I think of him? He's really good.
Who played in the midfield last year?
With Declan.
There was nobody other than Zubimendi and MLS. I can't think of anybody.
Line up.
Arsenal. You tell me. We don't watch Arsenal. Yeah, Delap saying Zubimendi. He says you're hyping up Enzo Fernandez. Bruno G is better than all of our midfielders. Yikes, brother.
I'm
If
trying
that
to
was the
look.
case, then I think Newcastle would have been able to maintain some kind of European glory.
Why can I not?
Especially with
think?
Tonali. Remember they had Tonali and Bruno G? Come on
Yeah.
now. Blue and Neutral Media in the building. What's up, brother? Hadn't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Can't think of it. Again, guys, this is the last survey question of the day. Join minty.com while Alexis tries to find this ghost player that Arsenal was apparently playing with. You were seeing circles, man. They didn't play nothing with except for Zubimendi. Mikel Merino played back there a couple times, but he was more their striker. That's how I know Arsenal are just like a weird team, man. I haven't even voted on this.
Yeah, maybe it is a ghost player.
I'm going to say we do win the FA Cup and get UCL qualification. I like that.
I put that too.
I like that. I think we need to win a trophy, and we're going to be really we have enough players to win a FA Cup, and and like number one on our list should be UCL qualification.
Yeah, of course.
He said Zubimendi, Odegaard, Eze.
You know what? Maybe I'm just thinking of red, and I'm thinking of Gravenberch. Maybe that's what it is. Like maybe I'm just seeing a red jersey, and I think I'm thinking of.
And you're thinking
Liverpool.
of Gravenberch and Slopesly still one of the and with McAllister.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Slopesly and Gravenberch together. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Bruno G and Declan. Like Arsenal,
I think that'll be really good.
Arsenal was prolific last year because of their defense. Like, let's not get it twisted. Midfield was okay. Declan Rice is elite. That's about it. Bruno G, we'll see how they fit. I honestly think, I don't know, they could probably play together, but it's always been their attack that's kind of faltered. Again, they're going to do really well at the beginning of the season, like they always do. Mm-hmm. And then stuff is just going to start to dip as they get more tired, as things go. So we're going to see.
They still are in multiple competitions as well. So that is something we have to our advantage.
They don't know, you know, they've got their again, now we've turned this into an Arsenal channel, but from what I remember seeing, they've got, you know, the young kid, the 16-year-old, I can't even think of his name now.
Dowman.
Yeah. Zach Dowman, Max Dowman. Max Dowman. Is he going to really replace Noni Madueke? Also, they got Saka. Like, who's going to play that right flank? They need somebody on the left flank. Yeah. Arsenal, I don't know. Red from Blue and Neutral said red from Chelsea's atrocious red cards last season or Chelsea's games last season.
Yeah. Right. Which red are you seeing?
Delap said Slobosly is also overrated. Now, you know, Delap is just as delusional as we all are. All right, y'all. That is what we're thinking. 67% of us, FA Cup and UCL finish. I think that could be a real treat if we can make it happen. Again, it's a little too early for predictions. I just wanted to throw something in there, get us excited. We got one more week until the Prem starts, and we got one more starter bench where we're going to be doing a lot of predictions next week. So make sure you subscribe, you tune in. It's your boy, it's Alexis. Hold on, let's go to the subscribe channel page so you can know. It's youtube.com/@eat-pray-ball. Make sure you tap in with us. Find us on Instagram @StarterBenchCFC. And yeah, man, we got one more week. It's big things happening. Also, make sure you tap into our Instagram page because you know we're going to be talking about this Enzo thing tomorrow whenever it happens. That's going to be a real interesting one. More to come. You know, it is. What about your Chelsea jersey? Have you bought one?
Have I bought it yet? No, not yet.
Are you going to get one? Are you going to get one this season? I know you weren't excited.
Okay, so first of all, do we know if that white one is for sure the away one? Do we know if it's that pattern or it hasn't been released yet?
No, it hasn't been released yet. So the away one is the black one.
And but like for the third kit, I saw there was like a white mock-up.
I'm pretty sure it came on like footy headlines, and they're almost never wrong. But I am gonna
get the blue one. I just haven't gotten it yet.
Okay.
I do like how fluorescent the blue is.
It is so bright. It is so bright.
So
We're going to
bright.
see. They have 2 models. I think I'm going to go with the cheaper one. I usually get the real expensive one, but like, come on now.
Yeah.
Money's tight, inflation
And
on these
I don't
players. Inflation
and
on
I
these
don't
players.
know how much you know how I feel about colors.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
so we'll
And
see.
it doesn't look like that extra starchy one, It doesn't look like the kind of color you can pop. It just looks like kind
Yeah.
of shrimpy. Either way, fluorescent blue with that yellow, it's going to do it, It's going to do it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. That's enough from us today. Again, make sure to tap in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tune in with us. Next week, Friday, we're going live. We're going to do starter bench, a lot of predictions, a lot of excitement ahead of the Premier League season. I think Arsenal play that same Friday. I think at the time we're going live or just after we go live. So a lot more coming. It is Matt and Alexis, always giving you what's new.
And what's blue.
There it is.
See you guys.
We'll see you guys next week. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate you, Delap. Peace.